Hello and welcome, my Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Welcome to your timeless shadow read. I should say our timeless shadow reading. I am your reader, Markangelo Lyons, Mal for short. They're my initials. I know it means bad in other languages, but it's just spelled that way. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive. I am the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of 2 different books, Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch and Words of Grace from a professional witch, with a 3rd one in the making. Words of Grace has a Kindle version. There's a link in the description box that you can click and preview it for free. And the original PDF of Words of Grace, as well as the only place to find spell ingredients from a professional witch, well, that would be in my digital store over on patreon.com/drawing the circle. Just finished uploading a whole lot of stuff in the shop over there with audio previews and video previews. It's just really, really cool. Some of my subscribers get those books, those audios, and those videos as part of their benefit package, depending on their level of subscription. But all of my subscribers on Patreon get 3 benefits in common. They get a daily check-in when I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link pretty much every single morning, chatting about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a spiritual practice of some kind to send us on our way. And it's the wisest way for this witch to start the day, considering what I do for a living. They also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. All of my extended readings are timeless and relationship stuff based. They also get, as their 3rd benefit in common as subscribers, a significant discount when it comes to booking private sessions with me, spiritual counseling and readings and all of that stuff. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you want more info. And it's just the coolest thing I've ever done. You can follow us for free as a follower. I put out public content specifically for our followers, though all of my subscribers get that stuff too. As well as you can take a 7-day free trial as a seeker, $3, or human, $5, and check us out for a week. But if you want the extended discount, you gotta stay for at least the 8th day, right? And book me, because that's only fair to my subscribers. And the digital shop is just my new favorite thing. All the stuff that I've had previously for sale in other places is available on the digital shop, and now I'm free to make more. Very excited about that, especially with a new book on the way. So if you feel so interested, click the link, check it out, and come Patreon on Patreon. Because I'm the Archangel of Lions, Markangelo Lyons. You can just call me Mal. Hey, Libs, Venus and Libra here. That's why I said our shadow reading, right? Mercury conjunct Venus, 3rd house. Chatterbox, well, you know, otherwise without that, with that Virgo Sun and Pisces Moon, I wouldn't do much talking, but I am Mars conjunct Leo rising. So let's do some explanation before we get into the divination for new Libras and crosswatchers, as well as these readings have changed. They used to be called the 8-card draw shadow reads from full to new, the alchemy reads, the shadow work reads, the releasing, the letting go, the, you know, forgiving, surrendering, all of that stuff, from a full moon to a new moon, the waxing half of the moon cycle. But with my new schedule, taking readings in person at the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs. If you're local, you can call them and book me. As well as just moving into the new house here, my new home in Saratoga Springs, in the temple, studio, temple, whatever it is, setting up my office downstairs for private clients as well. So my guides were like, take the weight off your shoulders, Virgo, and make them all timeless. Both the 5-card draw spell kit readings are now timeless, as well as the shadow reads. And they used to be called the 8-card draw shadow reads, but not every sign is getting exactly 8 cards. In this case, we're getting 7, right? The guides tell me what to do before I even put on, you know, the hair. Well, it's my hair. It's real. No, this is my hair. I don't wear wigs. and set up the camera and everything. So, in this case, 7 card draws, just 1 card from 5 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about absolutely anything. But we are going to be focusing on the collective shadow work for the Libras and the Cross Watchers to help us alchemize our shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, shifting from toxicity to health, from fear to love, from illusions to truth. Because as one of us does even a little bit of spiritual alchemy, 3 atoms in between lead and gold on the periodic table that cannot be created or destroyed, only changed, transformed, released, surrendered, I prefer alchemized, or transmuted. You know, you pick your language of choice. Because as one of us does that, all of us do that. There's only one of us incarnate. I know it doesn't look that way. And yet, all is one is the most ancient, sacred truth. And it doesn't matter whether we believe it or not. It just is what it is. It explains karma a little bit more too, as more than just a punishment and reward system, right? So we're going to start us up because there are chakras involved in this reading. You might want to check out my book, Words of Grace, because it's in chakra chapters. For the 8th chakra, over your head, we are going to grab a Caroline Myss archetype card to show us the alchemy, the soul power, being strengthened, developed, the alchemy from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, because the 8th chakra sends down the codes to all of the other chakras, shifting what we attract and repel. So we will get 1 Daughters of the Moon Tarot for the heart, throat, third eye, and crown, the internal, yin-ternal feminine energy, hence a goddess-based tarot deck. Then we will look at the lower 3 chakras, the masculine dynamic, looking at yourself from the outside, or you from the inside, looking out at people, places, and things, your relationships in the world, including your relationships with yourself, and we will be using the Mythic Tarot, Juliet Sharman Burke, for that. Then we will get 1 Whispers of Lord Ganesh. Lord Ganesh, the Hindu elephant-headed god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles. And if we look at those 3 atoms in between lead and gold, we're using those as archetypal obstacles with his help to be released, transformed, what have you. 1 Daughters of the Moon, 1 Whispers of Love Oracle by Angela Hartfield. We're also using her Whispers of Lord Ganesh here, by the way. The Voices of the Higher Self. This is one of the ones that switched out. Not every sign is going to get this. As well as from Tony Carmine Salerno, 1 Lover's Oracle card, because, you know, Libra, right? 7th house. And we will be ending with a Matt Kahn healing mantra to help you what? Heal. I mean, shadow work is a thing of healing, and there are some licks. No, there are no licks in the description box. There are links in the description box to some videos, not my own, that you might want to check out about shadow work and healing and alchemy and all of that stuff. So I guess that's our explanation. Let's get into the divination. The shift from one to the other happens in the still point. So both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath, if you will. And I will do my best, I promise, to help anybody shift to a more golden timeline rather than a leaded timeline, bit by bit by bit, and spiritual alchemy and all of that. Because that's what I was born to do, apparently, and apparently I'm really good at it. So let's get into that still point. Breathe along, if you like. Here we go. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it. Come on, you guys. So let it be done. Beloved pantheons of the divine, what's the dominant archetype in the 8th chakra for us, Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our cross watchers, showing us the alchemy, the shadow work from lead to gold in this timeless read. Oh, the God archetype? Okay. Talk about starting with a bang. There are 9 different families or categories of archetypal families. This is the masculine family archetype, and I'm telling you now, it has nothing to do with physical gender, Y chromosome or otherwise, just as as a biological male could have the goddess archetype, I do, so can a biological female have the god archetype. Now, written on the card is the shadow attribute and the light. This is Caroline Mace's archetype cards, MYSS PhD, author of Sacred Contracts, life-changing for me, Anatomy of the Spirit, life-changing for me. It's where I learned the eight chakra system. Which most of my books are actually, well, Words of Graces, the new ones kind of got chakra chapters in a way too. So let me read you. Shadow to light, lead to gold. The shadow. Despotism, there's a word you don't hear. You despot, not a deposit, a despot. Despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. Now, I will say you can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime, or be dealing with somebody who has this archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. This one comes for reasons for me every now and again. So I have those urges, despotism and cruelty, manipulating others, right? Using power to control people. Not good. Not good. What you use to control eventually controls you, and that's not a good gig. The light or the gold we're shooting for here is benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. So it's interesting, that word recognize, right? Break it up. Recognize. To cognize means to understand something. I like the word grok from Stranger in a Strange Land. Check it out. It's a good book. Classic. So to wrap our minds around it, to recognize, to remember in a way, the eternal force. The soul is eternal. The immortal soul, right? So there's human, hero, how would it, ego? Let's do it this way, it's easier. Ego, personality, soul, and higher self, right? Human, hero, immortal, and the God self, if you will. So that God self as your higher self as well might have a role to play in that. And remember, it's always gender neutral here during the Circle Productions. Well, you think you incarnate as the same gender every single time? Boring! Gotta switch it up, right? Gotta play both sides. So, let's look at the feminine energy. Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Really, I've been reading this tarot deck longer than any other. It's my absolute favorite when it comes to clients. But it is for the internal, the feminine, the stuff behind your eyes, which we may or may not share with the world. Let's do this. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Goddesses override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved goddesses, please, what's going on? Heart, third eye, crown. For us Libra Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our cross-watchers, to help us alchemize the God archetype in this timeless shadow read. Ooh, the moon. Okay, let's talk. The moon. The moon is a very highly mystical sign, but if you look at the word mystic, you have to look at the word mystery, right? Things may be cloudy with a chance of magic meatballs on the inside, but I will say heart, third eye, crown, intuition, very strong, but very feeling based. You may not intellectually know as an air sign exactly what to do in any given moment or what to do about any situation. So don't let the clouds in the mind stop you from feeling what you have to feel, right? Like, for instance, benevolence and compassion. What if that starts within ourselves? Right? Let that cup overflow, right? Fill it to overflow, and then you pour it out. So definitely an emotional read here, but whether or not you're sharing or showing that on the outside, let's see. Remember, lower three chakras here can be looking at ourselves from the outside, and us looking at people, places, and things, relationships in the physical world, including our relationship to ourselves and who we want to be in this world, right? Do you want to be a despot, or do you want to be compassionate? And there's the alchemical choice. Please take a nice deep breath. Oh. Still point. God's override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved gods, please, what's going on? Lower three chakras, outside in, inside out relationships in the physical world. For us Libra collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs and our cross watchers to alchemize the God in the 8th with the moon in the inner, this shadow read. Ooh, 4 of Swords. Soft of eye and light of touch, speak ye little, listen much, right? Absolutely. Meditation, mental rest. 4s are usually about stability. But then what would be the next card? The 5 of Swords, right? Little chaotic stuff going on. This could be the calm before the storm. Introspection. It is generally considered a healing card in terms of the tarot, the 4 of Swords, contemplation, meditation, but internal focus and rest. Now, that makes sense for a cardinal air sign, creative air Libra, right? To say, I gotta think about this. Now, interesting, this could be introspection in order to face and feel what needs to be faced and felt in your internal world, but from the outside it might be very mum's the word, right? No, soft of eye, light of touch, speak ye little, listen much, particularly within, particularly to that eternal force within yourself and in all life. Digging this read. For shadow read, sounds pretty uplifting. I mean, the emotional part is the emotional part. I have a Pisces moon, so I'm used to facing and feeling a whole lot. So let's ask Lord Ganesh how to, with his help, remove the obstacles between lead and gold and all of that. Please take a nice deep breath. Still breathe. Oh, Ganesh override. Such a good friend. A place for everything and everything in its place, put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all, with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. Beloved Lord Ganesh, what is your wise, loving, empowered oracle message to help us Libras and our cross-watchers alchemize the God archetype in the 8th, ourselves, somebody else's recent season or lifetime, with Yemaya, the moon, the Orisha, Yemaya on the inner and 4 of Swords on the outer, in this timeless shadow read. Guidance. Look at that. That's Ganesh being guided by other powers, other gods, other deities, God, right? The God archetype there. Card number 33. We're only doing 2 bookie book reads for this one. That's what happens when I mix it up. Well, this one's long, though. All right, this feels good, though. Guidance is all about learning to communicate with your soul and discovering and manifesting your purpose, like a god would do, right? Think of God almost like you would say the New Yorkers, right? like New Yorker, God, right? It's a classification of a level of awareness, really. God, right? Self-realization, God realization, if you're doing the Hindu yoga thing. Ganesh is worshipped and adored by the Trimurthis, that's Trimurthis, in case you want to Google that, or the Trinity of Hinduism, which is made of Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma. The story goes that during the period of dissolution, the water and wind were demolished and the earth evaporated. It's got to be hard. Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva wandered the earth to determine what was causing this dissolution. Oh, they turned to Ganesh for guidance. Ooh, Ganesh guidance. The gods discovered a huge aura of light where Ganesha was enshrined. The Trimurthis immediately bowed to Ganesha in reverence and began to worship and praise him. They requested that Ganesha bless them. Ganesha entrusted the gods with 3 separate duties. These are the 3 gunas, I think. Vishnu is the preserver, Shiva the destroyer, and Brahma the creator. Yeah, the gunas, Gunas, look it up. Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. Guidance is based on communication. The soul can send you messages through symbols, synchronicities, hunches, sudden inspirations, dreams, and even direct channeling. Hi, I feel naked. Consciously connecting with your guides, heightening your psychic abilities, and fine-tuning your skills to be present and pay attention are all important parts of learning to receive guidance. And I will say, Receiving is the feminine. So we've got the magnetic moon there, right? The radar dish, bringing it in through the heart eye, the crown, the third eye, the throat, and the heart. As you open up, your soul begins to communicate your inner purpose for you in this lifetime to you. When you learn to hear and recognize its promptings, your life starts to take on a magical quality. That proof is in my pudding. Remember that you can ask Ganesh to support you in creating a raised awareness. Human, hero, immortal, God. Make a point to look at spirituality from new perspectives that may be unfamiliar to you. Be willing to talk to people whose experiences and beliefs are different from your own. That would be nice to see on planet Earth, wouldn't it? You may need to move out of your comfort zone in order to do this. You will be all the richer for it. If you are concerned about getting true information about your personal life from a psychic or intuitive, you can prepare for it by asking from your heart to receive information that is for the highest good. And I do that before every reading I do, even the ones I do here, like maybe for the well-being of all, right? Be sure your motivations are pure. You can ask the psychic to channel the words that your own soul wants you to hear to further your spiritual growth. I'm going to say with Four of Swords, it's kind of you going in and asking that. Rely on your intuition and your inner knowledge rather than your intelligence or conscious mind. Tricky for air signs, I will cop to that. Watch for synchronicities and opportunities. Trust your instincts and pay attention as your messages can turn up from a variety of sources. Be attentive to your dreams. You may want to keep a dream journal. I never remember my dreams. Look what I do for a living. I think I'm working that subconscious just fine. Synchronicities are likely now. It is possible that a pleasant surprise will be coming your way soon in regard to your work. That's good. This could even be a new job opportunity. The gods Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma may represent the different male energy in your life. Engage in the energy of men in your life, okay, or in the energy of the Trimurthas to assist you with the task at hand. Now, I'm just going to make this a little personal for me. Since I moved up here, the move itself was very chaotic, but we're here. The boys are fine. The cats are good, right? But like working here and getting this, and oh, look, a new bill to pay, and oh my God, a schedule, right? It's very often that I find myself in my personal and living life, like the house, new house, and still unpacking stuff, but I don't know what to do next, and I get a little emotional about it. Like I said, I'm a Pisces moon, right? So to, recognize the eternal force within myself and others, that I'm not in this alone. None of us are in this alone. There is only one of us incarnate. So of course, my stillness, right, when I say still point, right, sitting in the silence, turning it inward and asking for guidance is just my daily go-to, sometimes several times a day. So, that's one of only 2 bookie book reads, meaning that I read for the bookie book. These next 2 are without the bookie book. The Whispers of Love Oracle, consecrated to the voices of the higher selves of all involved. Essentially, not the human, not the hero, not the immortal, but the God aspect of you. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Higher selves override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. Beloved higher self collective, 5th dimension above, 8th chakra and above, what is the whisper of love? To help us Libras and our cross-watchers alchemize the God in the 8th, Yamaya, the moon on the inner, 4 of Swords on the outer, removing obstacles with Ganesha's guidance in this timeless shadow read. Get to know each other. Now, this could be about any type of relationship. So again, good for cross-watchers if you're dealing with the Libra with the God archetype and or vice versa. Get to know each other. Learning to meet another's need for love is important for a relationship to grow. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a brand new relationship, right? I live 15 minutes away from my parents. You know, it used to be a 5-hour drive to see them. So, you know, our relationships are evolving, and I am getting to know their needs, being closer to them than I have in a very, very long time, well, at least 6-7 years, right? So how do you do that? You talk with people, you listen to people, and you know, soft of eye and light of touch, speak ye little, listen much. 9 times out of 10, people will tell you exactly who they are at that moment and exactly what they need, right? So your own introspection is going to bring you into a closer relationship to yourself as you're kind of getting to know yourself on a new level, that eternal nature that is not just within you, but whoever these others may be. You get to know each other. Can be plural too, by the way. So... all right, the Lover's Oracle, Tony Carmine Salerno. If there is a romantic vibe here, it might show up in these cards. And these are hard to shuffle. They're heart-shaped. And they don't even come in a heart-shaped box. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheon of Lovers, override. A place for everything, and everything in its place, but all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. What was almost it? Is that it? As we will it. So let it be done. Beloved pantheons of lovers, consisting of the lovers of all pantheons, romantic, familial, aminal, you know, just lovers, all the love gods, goddesses, archangels, and all of that. What is the oracle from Tony Carmine Salerno's Lover's Oracle? A little clue, tip, hint here, particularly in our relationships, which seem to be on the table here to help us alchemize God in the eighth, Yamaya, the moon on the inner, 4 swords on the outer, removing obstacles with guidance and getting to know each other in this timeless shadow read. Secret admirer. Don't worry, I didn't bite the card. Someone has deeper feelings for you than you than they are letting on. Well, usually that's not family members, right? Let's hope. Let's hope, right? You know, oh, I just really admire you so much, but I was afraid your head would get too big if I told you. I mean, if that's the conversation, get it for yourself, right? No, everybody is doing their best. But now this does kind of take it into a romantic-y vibe kind of thing. So the thing is, you know, people are afraid. People are afraid. That's why it's a secret admirer. It's like, I think you're cute, but I'm afraid of rejection. Right? Who doesn't go through that? Well, narcissists don't go through that, I guess. So, you know, this is definitely taking a romantic turn. Now, look, I'm the new witch in town, and I'm the new meat in town. Oh, you should see what's going on, Scruff. Woo, there's a lot going on there. Wow. So, you know, secret admirer. They may not know you very well. You may not know them very well. And if this is someone you have not met yet, like in my situation, I may not know their name. I may not have ever seen them, but they may have seen me, you know? So we have to see how that unfolds for me. But I think certainly, you know, you coming forth as that God energy, right? With the goddess energy of Yemaya on the inside, I think that's pretty well matched. And soft of eye and light of touch, speak ye little, listen much. People will tell you through their actions, if not their words, what's important to them. Like respect, like compassion, right? Like, what's that other word? Benevolence, right? To be benevolent rather than malevolent. You try having that nickname, Mal, without people thinking you're evil. Day one. Not bad. I'm just spelled that way. Last card down. Matcon healing mantra, air signs, come on. Mantras and affirmations and chanting and all that stuff. We have a little bit of an edge of that with that one. So let's ask the Ascended Masters for the healing mantra, because, you know, shadow work is healing, right? So you got to face and embrace your shadow in order to do the alchemy. You can't fake it. You just got to feel it and love it as it leaves your energy field and helps heal everyone. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ascended Master override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all that belongs in time and space for the well-being of all. And with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, what is the perfect healing mantra to help us Libras and our cross-watchers alchemize the God in the 8th chakra, Yamaya, the moon on the inner, 4 swords on the outer, removing obstacles with Ganesh guidance, getting to know each other with a secret admirer in our lives in this timeless shadow read. Overcoming fear, I will transcend every loss. What if you're the secret admirer? Well, it could be a cross-watcher, right? So overcoming fear, like I said, why do people keep their admiration secret? Because they're afraid. And you cannot have fear without loss, right? You cannot have a thought of fear without lack, or a thought of lack without fear. They're essentially the same thing. So, I'm going to read this one, Overcoming Fear, right? That's bravery, right? It doesn't mean you're not afraid. It means you feel and you face the fear, and then you say, well, I'm going to do it anyway. And, you know, you say, I think you're cute. Well, and also in today's world, like, I get it, you know, the boundaries are resetting so quickly. Someone might be afraid of, you know, being called down to human resources. Overcoming fear, the gods are my human resources. I will transcend every loss. I love being the president of my own company. When fear is overcome, you are able to rest in the resilience of your soul, no matter how frustrated or inconvenienced your ego seems to be. You are able to embrace each obstacle and circumstance as life's auspicious way of helping you become the one you were always destined to be. Now look, fate and destiny are not quite the same thing. I see fate as lead. It's the stuff you can't change, like ancestral patterns and genetic who's what's us and societal conditioning. We're born into this world without even the ability to speak, right? We can't wipe our own butts, right? So we're just sponges, right? All that's written in before you ever take a breath. It's part of something larger, right? Part of our fate that if we heal, learn, evolve, blah, 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 take the hero's journey, whatever you want to call it, we manifest our destiny lead to gold, right? In overcoming fear, every loss surely inspires a gain of insight for the evolution of your spiritual journey. This does make sense. It's why asking for guidance, right? In this situation, because what if the secret admirer, whether it's you or, you know, the cross-watcher, it's like they're afraid of losing your respect. Or they're afraid of losing a friend. Like if it's a friend situation where it's like, no, I really like you, having deeper feelings than they're letting on. Why would somebody do that, right? Because they're afraid of losing face. That's the word I think they were wanting me to say. This mantra is ideal for opening back up to life, healing chronic fatigue. I wouldn't say I have chronic fatigue syndrome, but, you know, I'm 55, I get tired. Yeah, I know, I don't look at things. And releasing cellular memories, right? That's what I mean. That stuff that's like in us, but we're born with it. Or maybe it's Maybelline, I don't know. So let's put this together in a blessimation. If you're new, it's a combination of the word blessing and summation that we came up with over on Patreon. And then we'll talk about cool stuff if you wanna. One last time though, if you would, please take a nice deep breath. Still. And may we end as we began. Pantheonic override. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine. For us, Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, may we be blessed with all that we need to alchemize our shadow to light, our lead to gold, our pain to peace, shifting from toxicity to health, from fear to love, from illusions to truth, with benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within ourselves and others, dealing with a secret admirer, someone who has deeper feelings for us than they are letting on about, and that we may be able to get to know each other, learning To meet another's need for love is important for a relationship to grow, and it looks like this relationship certainly wants to be growing, so may we remove obstacles with guidance from Ganesh, from the divine, our angels, our saints, our ancestors, whoever, whatever, and may we pay attention and listen and learn and get guidance if and when this person ever fesses up that they have deeper feelings for us, for me, for you, because things are a little on the outside. Like, tune in, go within, 4 of Swords, go within, confront the divine, and anything else that needs to be felt and faced as we heal it on its way out doing the shadow work. Soft of eye and light of touch, speak ye little, listen much, because inside we're highly intuitive, but may not be so intellectually clear. Maybe something is being obscured from us, like someone's deeper feelings than they are letting on about, so that we can overcome our fear and help them overcome their fear, because we will transcend every loss. And may we be blessed with all that we need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to be the best that we can be, to alchemize our shadow, to light our lead to gold, our pain to peace, our toxicity to health, shifting from fear to love and illusion to truth, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser life, in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way. For a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world and a more golden timeline in our lifetimes, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So let it be. And so it is. And you know, that eternal force is love. You know, just saying. And Libras, we have a little extra because of the Venus stuff. Yeah. So if you like the reading, hit the thumbs up. Help other Libras and cross-watchers find the reading, because who doesn't want to know they have a secret admirer? And if they are the secret admirer, they better go, oh, I better shit or get off the pot. And if you want more of me here on YouTube, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment, and all of that. I do love a good comment section. And certainly if you want the deeper dive, come Patreon on Patreon. The store alone, the shop is just so cool. Like, all of the videos and audios have previews for them now. I love Patreon. All of my subscribers get the daily check-ins, the extended readings, and the extensive discount private sessions with me. You can follow us for free. You can 7-day free trial as a seeker or human. And honestly, it is the best career move I've ever made. And I do what I love, and I love what I do, and Patreon just makes it easier for me. So if you're curious, go click the link and check it out, and come Patreon on Patreon with the Archangel of Lions, Markangelo Lyons, that you could just call now. Yeah. And if you want one of them private sessions with me without the Patreonic intervention, as it were, there is a video in the description box called Booking Private Sessions with Mal. Ain't it pretty? Made it at the 25th anniversary, May 1st, 2023, when I finally raised my prices after 25 years. Explains everything you ever wanted to know about booking a private session with me, spiritual counseling, or a reading in person or in Zoom, unless it's at the Magic Moon. You just call Magic Moon in Saratoga and they book it. That's the best thing ever. And yes, I will be taking clients in my home, but I would like to meet you in person if I haven't met you in person yet. Like, go get a reading at the Magic Moon, and then you can maybe come to the house if it feels that way, particularly if you're a secret admirer. But tell me you're the secret admirer before you bring it to my house. So, yeah, a really, really good reading here. Oh, and as far as that video title hovering up there, the most important thing I say in that reading, and this is absolute truth, I have never turned anybody away because of lack of finances ever. Where there's a witch, there's a way. I'm a witch, there's a way we can work it out. And I do love doing it. And I have clients all over the place now, right? We do the video Zoom readings. I record it, I send it to the client, they download it, they tell me they download it, I delete it. Total confidentiality. And certainly spiritual counseling is probably my dominant healing art. I've been doing it for a very long time. So, thank you so much for watching. I love this. Please, if you have any idea who your secret admirer is, out them in the comment section. No, you don't have to do that. But let me know, right? I would love some insight on this, because I do, like I said, like a good comment section. So hang in there. And honestly, just to bottom line this really, really quickly, 4 of Swords with guidance. Come on. It's right there. There's everything you need to do. Just don't rely too much on the mind and the belief and all that stuff. So, wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed with the shadow work. I'm doing it every day, waxing or waning moon, does not matter. Whatever arises, love that. Thank you, Matt Kahn. We love him. So wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed of the rest of all of this. Hang in there. I believe in us. We can do this. We are love. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.